Summary of Fool's Crow by James Welch. White Man's Dog is a Blackfeet Indian who is unlucky and weak and is part of the Lone Eaters band. Rich and powerful fighters, like White Man's Dog's father rides at the door, have many horses and wives, but White Man's Dog only has 3 skinny horses and no wives. He also doesn't have the powerful medicine that the other fighters do, and his spirit animal won't talk to him. Soon, Fast Horse, another young Pekuni, invites White Man's Dog to join a horse raid on the Crow camp led by Yellow Kidney, an experienced fighter and horsetaker. Boss Ribs, Fast Horse's dad, has the prized beaver medicine bundle, which is the most powerful medicine the Pekunis have. Yellow Kidney thinks the bundle will bring them all luck. Before the raid, both White Man's Dog and Fast Horse have disturbing dreams and visions. During the raid, White Man's Dog shows himself to be a brave and powerful fighter, but everything goes horribly wrong. During the raid, the greedy and reckless Fast Horse brags a lot, which gives away where the Lone Eaters are. After that, the Crows catch Yellow Kidney and abuse him by cutting off his fingers. In Yellow Kidney's absence, White Man's Dog starts hunting Blackhorns for the older man's family and soon falls in love with his daughter, Red Paint. White Man's Dog also learns how to heal and clean with magic from McAPI, the many-faced man of the Lone Eaters, without meaning to. McAPI leads White Man's Dog to Skunk Bear, his mysterious spirit animal. Skunk Bear gives White Man's Dog a fight song that gives him the power of a wolverine. White Man's Dog quickly becomes a valued member of the group, while Yellow Kidney, who finally made it home to his family, lives the rest of his life in shame. White Man's Dog joins a raiding party that heads toward the Crows to get revenge for Yellow Kidney's attack. Red Paint is Yellow Kidney's daughter, so White Man's Dog is now Yellow Kidney's son-in-law. He has been chosen to kill Bull Shield, the crow who made Yellow Kidney suffer. As he moves in for the kill, Bull Shield shoots him and knocks him off balance. He then falls to the ground. Bull Shield is briefly distracted by Fox Eyes, an advancing Pekuni fighter, and shoots and kills him. This gives White Man's Dog time to recover. Then, White Man's Dog shoots Bull Shield and takes his head, but the other Pekunis think he was just pretending to be dead to trick Bull Shield, so they call him Fool's Crow. Fool's Crow wasn't making it up, he had really been knocked down, and he thinks his new name is a lie. Fool's Crow is now admired by his people, but as he takes part in more raids, he loses interest in war. He feels bad about killing people and wonders if the benefits of war are worth the risks. When Red Paint tells him she is having a son, this feeling only gets stronger. Fool's Crow's life is made even harder by the fact that there are more and more Napaquans on Pekuni land and that the Bluecoat Caesars are violent. The violent actions of a few rogue Pekuni outcasts make the relationship between the Blackfeet Indians and the US government even worse. When Owl Child, a feared and hated member of the Many Chiefs band, robs and kills a respected rancher named Malcolm Clark, the government and the Caesars promise to make the other Pekunis pay. Fool's Crow goes on a vision quest to find out how to save his people and their traditional way of life, because their traditional way of life is in danger. Fool's Crow meets Feather Woman, the human Pekuni wife of Morning Star, the son of Sun Chief and Night Red Light, when Skunk Bear leads him on his journey. Feather Woman starts to paint on a yellow hide. As she does, pictures of the end of the Pekuni way of life start to appear on the hide. Fool's Crow sees in the hide how the white scabs disease kills off his people and destroys his camp. He also sees the Bluecoat Caesars move toward the Pekuni lands, the Blackhorn and other large animals being driven off his land, and the Blackfeet being forced to become white and boarding schools being built all over the Montana Territory. At the end of his vision quest, Fool's Crow mourns the loss of his culture on behalf of future Pekunis. Feather Woman, on the other hand, tells him of the power of stories to keep his traditional way of life alive. In fact, the white scabs disease does spread to the Lone Eaters camp and kills almost half of them. Soon after, while looking for food, Fool's Crow comes across the rotting remains of another Pekuni camp, where the Caesars had brutally killed men, women, and children. Fool's Crow, Red Paint, and the other members of the Lone Eaters band who are still alive eventually head north toward the Canadian border to keep living their way of life as long as they can. As they do, other Piikani bands try to move on after disease and violence from the US government killed most of them and put their way of life in danger. All around, big and small animals are also going about their lives, just like the Piikanis.
About the author. Welch was born to a Blackfeet man named James Philip Welch, Sr. and a Gros-Ventre woman named Rosella Marie O'Brien. Both of his parents had Irish roots, but they grew up in a tribe. Welch grew up on reservations. He went to grade school on the Blackfeet and Fort Belknap tribes. Later, he moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where he went to Washburn High School and finished in 1958. Welch went to school at the University of Montana, where he started writing poems. In 1965, he got his BA in Fine Arts. After college, he had a few different jobs, including a short time as a firefighter for the United States Forest Service, before he started writing full-time. Welch married Lois Monk, a professor of comparative literature and head of the English department at the University of Montana, in 1968. They were together until his death in 2003. In the beginning of his work, Welch mostly wrote poetry. His first and only collection of poems, Writing the Earthboy 40, came out in 1971. Winter in the Blood, Welch's first book, was well received by critics when it came out in 1974, and Fool's Crow, which came out in 1986, followed this trend. Fool's Crow is widely thought to be Welch's best work. It won the American Book Award, the Los Angeles Times Book Prize, and the Pacific Northwest Book Award. In 1993 and 1997, Rocky Mountain College and the University of Montana each gave him an honorary doctorate. In the same year, the Native Writers Circle of the Americas gave Welch an award for his life's work. At the age of 62, he had a heart attack and died in Missoula, Montana.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.